got our podcast, thinking you should watch it. If you driving, man, it's good for you to listen. No, we keep it real, no, we spit it raw. Sports dialogue, know it's good if I'm involved. No, we're not the news, we just cool dudes with nobody to impress. Just talking our shit, call it Pressman coverage. Pressman coverage.
Welcome in, everybody, to Pressman Coverage, a podcast dedicated to the Tennessee Titans and hopefully having some better games than what we just showed with our first team offense, but we'll talk about that here in a second. First of all, like, comment, subscribe. But before we jump in anything, got to introduce the crew. Let's talk about Titan time. What's up, Cody?
Man, Limp, can you believe that they charge people to watch this crappy football? This stuff should be walk in and get in for free.
It should be.
Easton Stick for 3.5 quarters.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. No, that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sauce, tell me how you feeling, baby.
Man, big dubs. I'm talking about, man, Jameis Winston. Big dub. Big dub type. You know what I mean?
You can't
We can't be doing this for the preseason, dog.
We can't do big dubs of the preseason. No, we can't do it.
Hey, man. We're here, though, man. Man, we love this team so much, man. We getting a late episode in today, man. Everybody's had a long day. You know what I'm saying? We sat and watched this entire game, man. I'm excited to, recap and get into it, though, man.
Man,
Yeah,
let's
I got
talk
3
turkey.
words. Gunner freaking Helm.
Hey. He's
Dog.
one of the winners.
Doggy.
Okay. Let's stop the chit chat. It's time to get into it. So, first of all, from a general standpoint, I actually think today, although Cam Ward didn't play as well as I would like for him to play, I actually think today was a better showing for our team overall, much better showing for our team overall, for our depth, for our second string units, for
We
some of our
scored 20
playmakers.
points.
We scored 20 points, which was a cap for us a few years back. And, even though we scored 30 a couple times last year, nobody gave a darn because that equaled the yards that we had total for the year anyway. But, it was good for us to see some of our younger guys play well. And, I do just want to kind of dive into it. I would love to go play by play and walk everybody through each series. But in the preseason, there's about
Nobody
5 or
wants
6
that.
series that
Nobody
really matter. But let's start off with how the game started. Let's start with Cam Ward and his initial performance. So came out, I think, to 2 3-and-out drives. No. The first drive, we got a first down or 2. I know we had some big completions there, then followed by a few 3-and-out drives. He begged for the third drive, but let's walk through kind of what his drives look like. So from the beginning, I absolutely love the connection to Io Manor.
Yes.
That was
That was a
something
good
I've
play.
been begging to see, was get Io Manor the football. Let's talk more about that. Cody, tell me your thoughts on the first drive as a whole for Mr. Cameron Bartholomew, made that up, Ward.
Yeah. Well, I was really excited kind of going into this game, honestly, just for the sole fact that the veterans were sitting. So we're going to be able to see, Cam Ward with Io Manor. We're going to see Cam Ward with Chimere DK and, Gunnar Helm there for a couple possessions. But yeah, I mean, he kind of came out, hit Io Manor on about, I think it was like a 25-yard in route, and Io Manor's kind of able to get some yak on that one. He looked good. I mean, it was a pretty good looking possession.
Yeah, and what's interesting is we don't have a lot of, in the past, we haven't had a lot of yak guys. I'm not going to say we have a lot more now, but our young guys are yak guys. And we'll talk about a few in detail here in a little bit. But Io Manor being able to catch and separate a little bit. He separated from his initial defender. The safety had to come make the play. I appreciate that. We're not going to see that much out of Lockett. He's going to catch and
He's going to drop
like
that. Where'd he go?
Shot. There's a sniper in the building. But Sauce, tell me what you thought about that first drive.
Man, the key word to me that stood out is explosive.
Yeah.
I love that these guys were getting in and out of breaks. And they just were on it. Like the timing, how it was, everybody was in sync. The offensive line was getting a good push, clean pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like I loved it, man. Ayomander, man, it looks like that's going to be a real special connection this year between him, really, and I see him kind of slowly getting there with DK. And we'll talk about it. One of my small critiques for Cam is one of those, and Cody pointed it out, that he was supposed to hit DK on that out route, man. Like, he was open. You got to trust
drive,
that. Yeah, and we'll get to those critiques, but overall, I was pretty impressed with the direction that we're heading and just how we look, man. We look explosive. I like it. This looks like a different Titans team.
Yeah,
I was
Go ahead, Cody.
I really wanted, and it seems to be right now that whenever Van Jefferson, if the ball goes to him, something bad happens.
Oh my God, dog!
Like,
he got the nerve to have that double one on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man.
dog, man, he need to get 28 on his back. Like, get Mullins' number or 32 or something, dog. Like, he can't be out there and having 11 and catching it. And he iced up. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
I'm wondering if he didn't extend it for that just because it's the preseason. I mean, maybe it was like a touch too far, but I mean, it hit him in the hands for the second straight week.
That's a play you need your wide receiver to make. It's the same about the one last week. Was it a little outside of your frame? Sure. But those are catches that average wide receivers should be able to make. And when you've got a rookie who essentially was in the same position and made the catch and got a 23-yard reception, and yours was a little bit further down the field, and the way the play was shaken out, if you didn't hit your head on the goalpost, you were mighty close.
Yeah.
We need that. And the whole narrative of the game changes at that point. It changes from Cam Ward looks great. The second unit looked good. You know what I mean? Like, all that flips on his head with that one catch.
Yeah, because I think Cam ended up finishing like 2 of 7. My bad.
That's correct. 2 of 7, 42 yards.
I mean, it could have been 3 of 7 for 70 yards. So
yes.
I mean, it looks a lot differently.
Yeah, and more than 3 of 7 because he would have extended the drive. He continues to drop the ball on big occasions, and it's so frustrating, man. It really is. And seeing it in preseason, man, it's like, come on, the games don't even matter. You're a vet. There's a reason why you're the one playing, and the other guys who've been in the league similar times than you, for the same amount of time as you, or a little bit more with Lockett, are sitting at home or sitting on the sidelines, I should say. There's a reason for that, and you're still not showing yourself to be. I can't be the number one amongst the twos. What's going on, dog?
Man, to me, Van has to get in that zone, bro. Like, I haven't liked how he looked in camp. He hasn't done anything to impress me. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. And so it's like, with this new age and how we're coming as a team, he has to step up to the plate, because when we get in these tough situations, Cam is trusting that he's a vet and he can make that play. Like, I don't think Cam will necessarily shy away or like not trust his receivers. He just doesn't come off as that type of quarterback or that type of leader of men. But Van has to get his head in the game, dude. Like, we can't tolerate this in a clutch game. Like, that's an automatic 6. He led him open to where all he had to do is just catch that baby and go. It's there for you.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, man, I said it last week, I'm already ready for him to be off the field.
Man.
Yeah, like, he should be the guy, now he's the guy when we come in, we're scared he's going to drop the ball or just do something, man. And I don't want to have that. Like, at least with the young guys, if they make a mistake, you can blame it on him being a rookie. But he's been in the league, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years? This is his 7th year?
This man's made a whole career off of 1 year with the Rams, bro.
I mean, that's it. Since he's left the Rams, he's had 369 yards, 108, 101, 209, 276 last year.
Ugh.
That's it. And you know what?
Ugh.
That's the type of receiver he looks like right now.
Yeah,
is a 250-yard receiver. At the end of the day, he's got 1,800 yards for his career going into year 7. For a guy who had a lot of promise coming out of college, it may be time. It may be time to let old Yeller come singing and pick him on up.
Hey, I ain't gonna kill him off, but
wrap him up, man.
That was a
wrap
wild.
him up. That's hilarious.
But Big Mike, come on down from the booth. We'll talk about him in the booth here in a moment too. But okay, so let's talk about probably the most, not even controversial, but what we would consider to be one of Cam's moments that I just didn't necessarily love. ironically, he was 2 for 7, but there's not a lot that I didn't like that he did. You know what I mean? He just didn't do anything. You know, it was just one of those, like, he didn't make a bunch of mistakes, but one of the mistakes that I feel he made was on the third down.
Third and 2.
Yes.
Third and
Third and
short.
2.
Oh,
Third
well,
and short.
let's bag up real quick.
Mhm.
So he had the 2 series, and he wasn't necessarily happy with those 2.
Correct.
And so
Yeah.
on the sideline, he begged Callie to let him go out for one more because I think he wanted to try some things, get in a certain rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Let me get some reps. This week was drastically different because I felt in a sense we kind of controlled the pace of the game versus like the Bucks. They took up a lot of time of possession. So Cam didn't really get much work last week. So, you know, but I'll let you go from there.
No, that's good. You know, yeah, he came to the sideline. He did it last week too. He begged to get a third possession. Last week they didn't let it happen. This week they did. And then he comes back onto the field. You know, we get into a third and short, something manageable. Looks like he had an out route, a short out by Chimere DK. It looked like, you know, I haven't seen the end zone angle, but from the broadcast angle, he beat the initial inside defender. He had a separation on the corner. He could have fed it in if he led it towards the sideline, but he chose to go with kind of the inside fade route towards the sideline to Alec Iomanner. And
He
I don't
went to
think
be aggressive.
he did. He did
Yeah.
it. And again, you know, in a certain situation, sure, you know, it's fourth down, you need to make something happen. Maybe we're down 2 scores. Sure, maybe that's the play you make. But in a situation where you're trying to continue the drive going, sometimes you just got to take what's there. And I know it's preseason. Maybe he's trying stuff. You know, we don't know. But also, like you just said, Cody, I think that may just kind of be in his blood.
Yeah, I mean, so I think I kind of like went back and looked at it, and I think DK had I think the DK had the corner beat. It looked like there may have been a linebacker that may have been shadowing a little
Yeah,
bit.
I couldn't tell the one that was
Um,
underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if Cam saw him. It was like it kind of made him a little uncomfortable. He just didn't trust it that much. And so he just, I mean, I think his default throw is it's going to be an aggressive throw. He's not going to take 3 yards. Like
Yeah.
and he wants the big money plays. And you know, we want that too, but the perfect quarterback finds that balance.
Right. Right.
Let me ask on that because looking at that, like with that DK, like you said, I went back and looked at it too and ran that replay back a couple of times. He did have a small window for a short second.
Mhm.
Because that I can't remember if that was a DB or like you said a linebacker that stayed like he almost kind of looked like he tried to stay down. Um but that ended up opening up Ellick. So with that, my question is I like the throw. In a third and 2, it's like I'm half and half on it because I like the aggression, but also like you said, man, take what's there. You know what I mean? My question to y'all is in a real game, in a real scenario, do you think Ellick would have been able to draw that call? Because I felt like that was a missed call. It was some hand fighting going on. Cam led it to Ellick, and I don't think he could get his hand out there to it. So do you
Yeah.
think that may have been a pass interference? Move the chains.
I'm
It
not
just
sure
didn't
I
happen
would.
in this particular situation.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would want that to be the mindset of like just throwing the
Got
ball
you.
up and trying to like draw the flag or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
To
I
me, that's
also
a
don't
third
like.
and long
Yeah,
situation.
I also don't like. You know, the offense hasn't been moving that well. You know, I'm picturing this. First game in Denver, where we've had a couple possessions that haven't produced points. We got a third and 2. We got potential first down right there, and he still throws a deeper, tougher ball that gets batted down, and now we're back to fourth down again. We're giving it back to him. So it's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
it's my thought process behind it.
Yeah, and you know, I wonder if he threw it to DK and DK gets tackled because he wasn't beyond his route didn't go beyond the sticks. Unless I miss how deep he was on the route. But if he gets tackled before the sticks, do we then kill him for throwing it behind the sticks? You know, do we have that scenario pop up? You know what I mean? Like, is
Yeah.
this more of
Yeah.
like a hindsight being 2020 situation? But it's preseason. Maybe it's not worth this deep dive, but
Yeah.
it is interesting though.
Well, it's
but I
true
do think
too
you're right,
because
Cody.
I think if DK's not going to the sticks, that's on DK. Like he's gotta know where he's at in his route. Um,
Yeah,
I think he was past the six. I have to
I
go
think
back and
so
look at it
too.
again.
Yeah,
But if
it
he
was
wasn't,
close. Like
then
it
yeah,
was close, but he may have been a yard past it or whatever it may be. And again,
Mhm.
I want to see the end zone angle so I can really see how close that linebacker was because it's really tough. And again, but I think the biggest point, Cody, is you're right. When he has that opportunity, and when in doubt, air it out is where he's going to be. Like,
Mhm.
a little bit of pressure, that thing gone.
Yeah, Ridley down there somewhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That thing is gonna be up out of there. But that's why I like an Io Manor versus a Jefferson. Throw it
Mhm.
to your
Yeah.
6'3", 215 receiver, not your 6'1", 205. I've already dropped the ball 5 times for you in 2 games. I'm not doing that. And Easton Freeze put out a tweet that it came from somebody he was having a conversation with. It was like, hey, just think about it. When's the last time you heard of Jefferson catching a pass in either of the preseason games or in a joint practice you heard about? I was like, dang, I
Yeah.
haven't heard much of his name at all. You did for the first few weeks, and then when the rubber hit the road,
Mhm.
he put a rubber on and capped himself.
Yeah, that tire went pop. That tire blew out when it hit the road, son.
like man, your tires are bald, son. You are slipping and sliding. So it was a very uneventful Cam Ward drive, but we have to talk about the absolute dime to Van. Just for me, it's not so much about the drop for Van. I know, I'm not going to continue to harp on that. I just love taking that type of shot, and being
Yeah.
comfortable enough to do that because that wasn't just like a super clean drop back. He didn't have somebody just rearing down in his face. Don't get me wrong, but that was like a play. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's like,
it
hey,
looked
hey,
like a
you got
clean
to do.
pocket. He had a
Yeah,
clean pocket, and the play was
yeah,
able to develop.
yes,
That's what we want.
yeah. And I wonder how much of that's going to change the way any quarterback that will be behind center for us this year would look, but especially in a first round pick. It just makes me curious on kind of what that's going to look like overall.
Mm.
In terms of that. So I'm pretty interested in that. I think it's going to be something that's going to continue to be a theme where he's just a guy who's going to take some chances, take some shots, and some of them could work out. That could have been a touchdown again, as we talked about a little bit earlier, and some of them could be like the Elik Io manner. But I think we've got to adjust to the mindset of having a gunslinger,
Hmm.
and that's just what he is. And there are going to be some great moments that we do a backflip about, and there'll be some moments where we're like, okay, and it's not just going to be streaks. His type of gunslinger, sure, he'll throw a streak, obviously when that's open, but he's going to be a deep crosser guy. That's what he was excellent
Yeah.
at in Miami,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
that's why I hope DK gets on the field more too because he's excellent at that. But really interested to see how that continues to go. But I want to talk about some of the defensive players who really stepped up in the first few drives, and
Ooh.
it continued on beyond that. And I think the
Hmm.
Yeah.
first name we have to mention is somebody who's in one of the toughest battles, Mr. Cedric Gray.
Hey,
Mm.
He popped.
balling.
He balled tonight,
He
Wow.
looks
man.
like the best player on the field.
Yeah.
He
He
truly
played.
does. He looks like his instincts are on fire, dude. He knows exactly where he's going. He freaking mauled that running back to get the
Dude.
Yes.
sack.
Oh
Oh
my
my God.
gosh.
He blew him up.
Like,
Yeah.
dude. Like, and the thing is like the way he blew him up, it almost forced the quarterback to move. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like the quarterback
He
had
had to
nowhere to
bail.
step up because there was a
Mhm.
there was a dead man right in front of him that he had to move around. So I love that. I love that it wasn't just pressure from him too. There was 3 or 4 people in the backfield. What a nasty blitz that Denard called up because he had
Mhm.
linebackers
Yes.
twisting. There was a stunt like that was nasty from Denard. I think we're going to expect those things from Denard a little bit more this year because we're going to have to supplement the pass rush. I think our first 2 or 3 drives, we had more pressures in that than we did all against the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that was really cool to see the fact that okay, we did get a little bit of pressure. Arden Key had a few tackles for loss, but Cedric Gray, man, I saw him all over the field.
Dude, he
I,
looks so instinctual.
Yeah.
And
dude,
like I'm sure James Williams is probably like physically faster than he is, but like when it looked like when Cedric Gray sees it, bro, he's attacking.
he's gone.
Yeah,
He's
he's
gone.
attacking.
He's fine.
The thing that stood out to me tonight is like, okay, Cedric is gaining his confidence. I think all of that last year and like battling with that injury and stuff, I think that really took a toll on him. Trying to learn the scheme and the playbook, and just everything's flying at him fast. But like right now, right here, we see him in his full confidence and what he can play like. You see the upside. He showed upside tonight. And
yeah, I think Cody Barton being in that room is really helping him too.
Yeah, Cody looked good too, man. Like he's flying to the ball, instinctual, man. Like, and I love how like Denard is having this Titans defense to where if one guy is pursuing and making a tackle, you got 2 or 3 other defenders coming right behind him. Like, you're not getting far. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's swarming to the ball. So, yeah, man. They got to keep it up. It was great tonight.
Yeah,
it was great tonight.
He even had an interception that didn't count.
Yeah, man.
And the biggest thing about that interception was he was in the right spot, you know, and let me just dig into his stats a little bit, see what he did for the day. He led the team in tackles, 7 total tackles, 5 solo, including 1 tackle for loss and a half sack. So, you know, he played ball. And what the thing is, outside of the first drive, he was next to James Williams.
Yeah,
so
they're playing together.
It wasn't like it was, you know, James Williams had to sit and take the back seat while Cedric got most of the reps with, you know, the big dogs. Like, no. You almost forgot James Williams was on the field with how well Cedric Gray played. And this game from him really is going to heat up that battle. Like, it truly may come down to what this third preseason game looks like for them, because I think James Williams carried the first preseason game, and then here comes Cedric Gray roaring back.
Man, I don't know.
Very interesting.
I don't know if he carried the first game. I thought Cedric Gray looked pretty damn good in the first game too.
He
I probably
have
Gray ahead of him right now.
Based on preseason performance, I can't argue that. You know, I can't argue that. I think that James Williams came in as a favorite because he was making more plays initially in training camp as a whole. But I think you may be right. You know, overall, hey, go get it, young man.
He looks fast.
Yes, it looks like he's playing free.
Mentally fast, yeah.
Yeah. I know our conversation with TD was a lot about like, hey, he was thinking too much at the end of the day, but it looks like he took the training wheels off himself. He studied the playbook, and he's playing with confidence, and that's all you can ask for your linebacker. Yeah. So big shout out to him. Shout out from the defense as a whole. I think there were a lot of plays that were made. We had that interception, Kendall Brooks, pick six. You know, that was excellent. He made the read. He jumped the route, got up out of there. Very simple. And, you know, for a room that's got very little back-end cornerback depth, plays like that can put you on the field and put you on that 53-man roster. So
100%.
Shout out to Kendall Brooks. He had a nice, he had a pretty solid open practice, or joint practice, this week too. So he's earning himself some cachet. He's just got to cash in by continuing to play well. This third preseason game is going to mean a lot for quite a few people.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that that cornerback room, if without L'Jarius Sneed, dude, I'm kind of got to the point where I'm a little worried about it. So I think we're gonna, you know, just at the risk of injury, bro. Like, I mean, it's like one of those pray for health situations, and our league guy is the biggest risk of it all. So if we lose, you know, Brownlee or McCreary or anybody like that, I think we could be in real trouble. So, you know, seeing somebody like Brooks get that pick six and see like him instinctually jump the route, I mean, that's a good sign.
Yeah. And to me, it's one of those situations where, you know, if Snead's not activated off of PUP this coming week, there's no chance he plays week 1. You know, 2 weeks before the first game, after missing close to a full calendar year, you know, I think we're 2 or 3 months away from that being the case. There's
Cushenberry came back before he did.
Man,
off a torn Achilles.
Crazy.
What?
I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm wondering if he's even going to play. I don't know if he's going to play at all. And if he does, I don't think he's going to practice ever again. I think it's going to be like one of those things.
Man, it's a tough situation.
Don't love it.
Randy, I saw you about to jump in. You got something?
I just wanted to give a shout out to James Lynch, man. Like,
Yeah,
He looked real
He looked
good in the
good.
trenches on the line, man. He got some pressures. Um, he was around. He was making plays, man. He was making
2 big
plays. Like,
stops.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he's that next man up behind Sebastian Joseph Day. So one injury, he's in the rotation immediately. So we need him to continue to make plays. So definitely a big shout out to him. And another guy's Gabe Judy Lally. I heard his name the whole first half.
Mm,
He was
Mhm.
continuing to make plays. He was making tackles behind the line of scrimmage. He was running down a few receivers. I think he had a pass breakup as well. I mean, Gabe Judy Lally, again, another guy fighting in that cornerback room to make the team. Big shout
Yeah.
out to you.
Yeah,
We
he was
we
sticking his
need
nose
that.
in there a few times.
He was, man. He was. He wasn't scared. It felt like 3 or 4 plays in a row was him and Cedric Gray around the football.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
And that's
Yep.
something that I can appreciate overall. So let's talk about a little bit about the O line, and then we'll jump to some other offensive weapons that we think had a pretty good performance or the opposite. The only thing that really stood out to me from like a starting O line perspective is the false start from JC. He's a guy who we need him to just be as clean as possible. We don't
Mhm.
need to be shooting ourselves in the foot. I think that was part of the problem with our first team offense is we shot ourselves in the foot, I think, with a holding, and then we shot ourselves in the foot with a false start. And that's just
Mhm.
something that you can't have. Those are drive killers. And for that being something that's been preached all off season, it's on multiple people, but it starts with Brian Callahan and it goes to the players as well. The
Yeah.
players have all been talking about accountability and how they're going to be holding each other accountable for those little things. They call them sins, self-inflicted negative plays. So, we can't have those things. And Brian, that's something that's going to be on your resume if you were ever to be let go, or if you stay on the team and
The little
continue to
4-H
coach
buddy
us.
system. JC Latham lost a couple points right there for
He
his
lost
team.
Man, lost some points for his team,
Man.
man. And it's one of those things where you've got to be efficient, and we can't have those things happen. We can't have a holding and a false start in 2 separate drives. Those are just drive killers, and they're tough to overcome. We overcame it last week, but almost forget we had a 10. We started off 10 yards back last week on one of the touchdown drives that
Yeah.
I think on the touchdown drive that Cam Ward led. So it wasn't just this week. Last week it happened too. We just were able to overcome it, which we don't always put ourselves in that situation.
Yeah. I tell you what, one thing made my heart skip a beat a little bit
I already
was
know.
when they put Dan Moore on the camera and he got rolled up on. I was just like,
I saw him on his back kind of just roll
no.
for a
I
second. I
said,
said,
Lord.
"Boy,
I said, no, don't
just
do
tell
this right
me
now.
you had an ant in your jersey or something,
Hey,
son."
they-
Because I mean, I think, and I mean, let me know what y'all think about this. I think he may just be almost as important as Cam Ward this season, as
No,
far as
he is.
like this season, like him on the left, being the left
He has
tackle
to
and
work.
everything, dude. Yeah,
He has to
Yeah,
work. It's
yeah.
no way around it. He has to.
because I don't even
Like,
know who's behind him.
Right now, Jalen
Was it be
Duncan kind of
Latham?
been in the swing tackle. They may move Latham over. I know Rupchich has played a little bit on the outside. Blake Hance is a guy who initially was supposed to be our swing tackle, but he was starting at guard tonight. So I'm not really sure who exactly is behind him. I think there's still a battle with swing tackle.
Yeah,
Jalen Duncan's played well in training camp, which scares the heck out of me. Uh, but it's one of those things where I'm just not sure what would happen if he went down, man. I mean, I saw him waving the sub off. He had to come out
Mhm.
because the play was stopped or whatever. But I was like, okay. And that was when I was kind of like, yeah, I want to see Cam with another drive, but I also don't. Get some of these
yeah,
guys
yeah.
out of here.
That's kind of
yeah,
where I was at.
just
I
keep
was
y'all
just,
healthy, man.
Because if
yeah,
the
dude.
full O line's not like the tackles specifically aren't playing, I don't want Cam Ward in the game. I don't
No,
want one of those tackles to give up something. Now he gets smacked. I don't care if it's like Richardson where it's just a finger. Get the heck out of here.
yeah,
I don't need it. I don't
yeah.
need it. So we'll
Thank
see.
God he came back the next play.
Yeah, man. Because I
Man,
was nervous. I was nervous.
I wanted to say, man, I seen Jackson Slater tonight, man, and they moved him around a lot. Like he got,
Did they?
he got a
They did.
good amount of snaps at left guard. Then they moved him to right. Man, he played all around, really. One of those touchdowns that I forgot who ran that, but man, he had the play before they ran that touchdown. He got beat on that play. Like he got pressured. bull rushed back towards the quarterback. So I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of threw me off a little bit. The next play after, made a block, and then he got to the second level, and that's where the running back got the touchdown. I'm like, oh, okay. Then they had another time where they got him at right guard, and he pulled and got a good hit on the guy, and I'm like,
yep, I think Jefferson went right off his butt. Yep.
Sauteed him.
That's a Stony Keeley favorite right there.
Yeah, man.
So I saw him tweeting about it after the game.
I'm liking it though, man. He has some really good reps. So shout out Jackson Slater, man. He
Hey,
good
we've been doing this for 30 minutes. We got to talk about him. We got to talk about Gunnar Helm.
The Gunnar Helm.
He's gunning for that starting spot.
Tight end one. Yeah.
Dude. Hey,
he looks good, dude. He looks really freaking good.
Like, it's just the way he plays, man, feels like. I mean, 4 catches, 48 yards, and a touchdown.
He looks so smooth, bro. He just looks so fluid and smooth.
He looks like one of those elite tight ends. Like, I don't know how to explain it. He just moves like
he got that.
Like
he got that feel.
It's like even on the first catch, I think it might have been his first catch. He had one on the sideline, stiff armed the first guy, and then fought for the first down.
Yeah.
Hey, that stiff arm was foul.
I was like,
put him in the dirt.
It was the same play where they started a run where they wanted to review everything with the new digital camera.
What was that, dude? That
was
stuff
horrible.
was getting on my nerves, dude. These little virtual measurements.
It was like 3 plays in a row they did it too. We're going to the virtual measurements. Okay, we get it. You got a new toy.
Hey, and then it sucks because they haven't like mastered it yet, so they making everybody clear out. They like stay right here for about 2 minutes.
Everybody move out the way. It's not a bomb.
Don't move. Everybody be still. I'm like, dog.
Tom Brady move everybody out the way. We could have had, the 240-pound chain holders walk out there.
Bring them out there.
Get it right.
Y'all remember Will Levis took out a chain gang?
Oh, man, he broke his leg. That was crazy. Every person who holds the chain is built the same. They're all about 5'8".
He put him on the stretcher, bro. Will didn't even get up. Will didn't even
and they're all 60 years old. That's the problem. Hire some young kids that can jog out on the field.
Yeah,
you got old Henrietta out there trying to get
Henrietta.
We're just cooked. We're just.
And they always they always fall the same way too, bro. Like both legs go up into the air because they're rolling.
They fall like the Shaquille O'Neal, and it makes me so mad. Just stand a boiled egg up, and just watch it roll, and that's how they fall. Like they have soft backs or something. It makes me so mad. I don't know what it is.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I think all of this is Will Levis' fault of the virtual. Yeah, I think this is his fault, man.
Yeah, he hurt somebody and they switched.
He put him on IR, bro. Like,
how Gunnar Helm's greatness turned into this little conversation.
I don't know.
Only on press man coverage.
Only on PMC. But man, I do agree, man. Gunnar Helm, man, he was very, very solid, man. Randall, tell me your thoughts on Gunnar.
A dog, man. I didn't think I thought he was gonna be really, really good. I didn't think he would I didn't think it would start clicking this fast. And so I see the flashes of greatness after I see him get a ball from Brandon Allen, and he go moss 2 guys in the end zone, and it's like, oh, this is what we thought Josh Wiley would be able to do.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? And he had a nice play too, but it still looked a little.
Yeah, he was fighting for his life.
I think he's as good as gone, Josh Wiley.
Yeah. I think DMR's actually got that.
But Gunnar Helm, he's gonna be special, man. I think he can be a very, very special weapon in that red zone. You know what I mean?
Shoot, all over the field. He's
all over the field. Honestly, let me correct myself. Yes, all over the field. For sure.
But I do understand the red zone kind of specifics too, because he's a big target. You know what I mean? And he was known for contested catches, at Texas. So to see that live, people have talked about it in practice. Some of the reporters about him making some contested catches, but he's just physical. The same catch that Van Jefferson dropped last week, where it kind of hit his hands and the defender came through him, he caught twice tonight. Gunnar Helm did, where he kind of shielded the defender. He posted him up really basketball style, got him on the block, boom, dunk on you. Like it was it was really cool to see, because we haven't had that style tight end in a long time who's able to do that. And they talk about his yak ability in college as well. I mean, he was very productive in college, almost 900 receiving yards. So to see that today with that nasty stiff arm and continuing to fight for yards, snagging in the end zone, somebody said they could see Chig having 600 yards, 1 touchdown, and Gunnar Helm having 400 yards and 9 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I really could see something like that just based on target share and where he gets the ball. But by the end of this year, we could be talking about Chig being very expendable because of Gunnar Helm's abilities, because he's a better blocker already.
Yeah, I mean, you've been saying it ever since we drafted him, dude. I mean, you said that you think he's probably going to lead in snap percentage all season.
Yeah.
And this plays like this is the reason why. I mean, he's just he looks bigger and stronger than everybody else.
Yeah. And when you mention something like red zone, you want a guy who can block and receive because you have the option to do both. Brian Callahan may not use that option. He may run it 3 times in the next game, pass it 3 times when he gets to the 1-yard line. But you want to have a guy who gives that opportunity. So really excited to see that out of Gunnar. He was somebody who continued to make plays throughout the night. And it was good to see him just continue to be a guy overall. And he's somebody who I think who's got some real potential. Randy, you made a few comments during the game as we were just kind of prepping for the episode about our running backs. Jamar Jefferson, Jordan Mims, Khalil Mullings, and Julius Chestnut, who all had carries for the day. And just to kind of rattle off the way they finished for the day, you had Jordan Mims with 12 carries for 50 yards, 4.2 yards per carry. Khalil Mullins with 8 carries for 25 yards, 3.1 per carry. Jamar Jefferson for 4 for 18, 4.5 per carry and a touchdown, along of 16. And Julius Chestnut, 4 for 16 for 4 yards per carry. So overall, including a -1 sack, Alec Manor run, which I think was just a catch behind the line, and a Brandon Allen 2 rushes, it still had 3.7 yards per carry. You take out those quarterbacks, and we're right at 4 yards per carry for the running backs.
You take that.
Pretty productive day. But talk to me about what you saw today, Randy, from the running backs.
Man, I mean, like I said, man, hats off to the offensive line. They did a great job today, man, just keeping the pocket clean and just making great blocks. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really see anybody really slacking. But with that being said, man, it had our backs looking really, really explosive. And that's something that was impressive for me. Like Mims, like he looked good out there, man. Like he was hitting the hole nice, man. Pause and just having his way. Pause it up. But yeah, man. I think he's gonna be nice, man. Like we got some real good talent. I like the fact that we scouted some of these guys, and like this is the competition in the room. You know what I mean? It was just very impressive tonight. That Mullings with that 4th down, you know what I'm saying, getting that extra grind yard that we needed, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the virtual crap.
Yeah. I mean, he got stuffed at first, and
he did, but that second effort,
he grinded through to get that yard, dude. I mean, I love
that's
that.
What
play.
we need, man. It's
a
lot of good
guy who can do that too.
Yeah, it's just good positive signs, man. So, that's something to look forward to. To transition just a little bit, man. Another person that kind of stood out that impressed me tonight was Prochet.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going down without a fight, bro. You know what I mean?
I think he's making the team.
Man.
I mean, he had the second most receptions and the third most yards. 3 receptions for 35 yards, 11 per catch. He caught 3 out of his 4 targets.
Yeah.
So he was playing ball, man. The fact that he's our most comfortable returner, when he returns punts, he just looks comfortable. Like there's no rush. He knows when he needs to get the ball. He knows when he needs to let it go. A heck of a pump by Bradley Pinion, by the way, when he downed it inside of the 10, close to inside of the 5 on that backspin on that punt. But he just understands what to do as a punt returner. But he's shown that, hey, if in a pinch you guys need me, I can make a play at wide receiver. And that's something that I can appreciate, is having a guy like that who's willing to come out there and make plays, and he's not just a returner. And, Restrepo had 2 catches for 18 yards today. He caught both of his targets. He had a few moments where he had some wiggle.
Come on.
But Prochet still looked better than him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even trying to like kill his moment,
snip,
but
dog. Snip.
Prochet just looks better. He looks better.
So So we got rid of Boyle, right? And my main thing I wanted to see, if Prochet wins it fair and square, cool. I just wanted Restrepo to have comparable quarterback play. And so it's like now you get to see at least with that what he can do with the ball in his hands, how he runs his routes. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that aspect. If he doesn't win the job fair and square, cool. But like give the guy a shot.
Yeah, and he had an equal shot today, and Prochet beat him out. I mean, it's just
Prochet punched him back.
yeah. I mean, it just is what it is, man. The big thing is he's just not providing anything special teams wise, and I understand it. I'm
Speaking
not giving him a look at kick return or punt return, which would probably be kick return. I'm not giving him a look over Prochet, DK, Spears. Like there's other guys that I'm giving a run before I give to him, and I think that's where he's going to fall short, unfortunately.
speaking of special teams, what do y'all think of like Juwan Jackson getting a lot of those reps tonight?
It
Uh,
pisses me off.
Like, do
yeah,
you think that's
It's
by
just
like do you think that's by design? Like, are they like, all right, this guy is close to maybe he could be looked at as being a candidate to being cut. Let's get this guy one last shot. Like, let's give you as many reps as you can to see what you can do with the opportunity presented in front of you. Like, what are
is
y'all
that is that
thoughts?
is that is that their job? Like, should that be a thing? Like, even I don't see how Jackson could make this team. So in my brain, I would play him like a couple plays a game and not even worry about it. To be honest with you, he sucked at punt return last year. He kept dropping them, and now they're
Mm.
doing it again. And we already got Prochet and DK and a couple other people we put above. I don't even understand why we're even putting them back.
well,
He
you
got me
got to give him
nervous
a
on one of them.
chance. He's out there for a special team, so you got to give him a chance. He's not much
Be
of a
a gunner.
receiver, and he only had one punt return today, one fielded punt return. Prochet had the other. DK had two kick returns returned, and then TJ Sheffield had another. So I don't have an issue with him fielding some. I think it went back and forth between him and Prochet. I think DK was back there once, and then I think he caught a sliding punt. There was only two
Yeah, what's
return
up with that?
options. He needed to catch it and just field it. He was surrounded by people and he couldn't get out of the way, so he made the right decision to just catch it right there. What do you think?
I mean, in just the whole sliding aspect
Oh,
of it.
oh, I think he
You
was
know what I
just
mean? If you
running
call it, you
he was
call
he
it a
was
fair
run he
catch.
was running forward. I don't think he like just slid on purpose. Like I think he was just running forward and the ball was in the air, so he just caught it and slid. It wasn't like you know, Traylon Burks where he jumps for no reason when he catches the ball.
Yeah. I tell you what, who else is getting cut is Sheffield because he freaking fumbled while Borgonzi was on the mic.
But yeah, and it wasn't even like a fumble you could accept. Like they took it from your hand, son,
Yeah.
and you rolled over.
Hey,
That's gotta be one of the worst
I ain't
feelings when
never
somebody rips it and
seen
you look back and the ball's just rolling. That's gotta be terrible.
I ain't never seen the general manager of a team get on the mic and instantaneously 40-yard touchdown run. The next ensuing kickoff, the dude fumbles and get the ball back. It's just, and
Forgazi,
Borgonzi's
get
like,
on the sideline.
Borgonzi went, uh-oh.
Who I'm at the fire tomorrow? Pack your bags, son.
Yeah,
We got a Greyhound ticket for you.
Hey, bro, that's just like the worst time.
it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Right in
But
front of
I
the
think there were
boss.
a lot of good things that happened today. Like outside of those first three drives, but there were still some good things within those drives. I think today was a lot more of a positive day for some of the guys
Mm,
who were fighting for positions, and I
Yeah.
can appreciate that. I'm excited to see what this next game against the Vikings looks like. I think they'll have better depth on their roster as a whole because they're a better team. So we'll see some different guys and then probably not probably a higher level of talent. The Falcons' second string unit is probably just like ours, a bunch of guys who probably will be cut on some good teams, but they play for bums, so who cares? So I think that's where it stands. But hopefully next week we get an opportunity to see even more. I don't know, it used to be, starters played more or whatever, but I don't know if we'll see any of that next week. I don't know if we'll have any more starters play just for injury risk. I think the worst thing that could happen is somebody get hurt in the
mhm.
last game of preseason who is going to make the team. I personally think that maybe one drop out of the starters. I know people are going to boo me for that probably, But my personal opinion, just get one drive out of the starters, get the heck up out of there. I may even run it 3 times. I don't care. But just let them kind of feel the operations, get out there, get a quick little sweat in, go through the pregame ritual, go through a fake install and get up out of there and let the young guys continue to fight. Because I think there's some real battles and guys need to be on the field.
Agreed. Well, they said that they're going to play him. They're going to play him all 3 preseason games. So, I mean, I'm assuming he's probably going to get 1 or 2 possessions again. He's probably going to cut it loose like he always does.
Yeah, he ain't got no choice.
Especially his first game at home. He's going to try something.
Oh my goodness. They're gonna be like, hey, we're going to be running in here. Can. Play action time, baby. But, I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see where things fall. But overall, a much better performance. But anybody have any closing thoughts before we hop off?
I do.
Today?
What's up with Sly missing that kick?
Not again. We can't.
Joey Sly, what's going on, buddy?
You had the guy who had two
get the
most
50-year-old back
seasons
Man.
in the last 20 years in the NFL. We cut him. I understand Joey Sly gives you a bigger leg, but I also love the knowing every time that he steps
Guaranteed.
on the field, Uncle Nick is going to bring us home. So we'll see what Joey Sly does. Hopefully he's not like Sly Cooper and he's just stealing from us and collecting a check. We need somebody. Shout out to people who know who Sly Cooper is. If you do, write it down in the chat right now. I've got a free copy of Sly Cooper 2 for you for PS2. But, hopefully he doesn't come. And, Johnny Hecker's been a shank fest, is what PK described it. He did better this preseason game, but last preseason game he shanked 1. He shanked 2 during the joint practices. So, we need to see it. I know he's better at directional punting, but the direction needs to stay on the field and not 5 yards down it. So, again, a better day today from him. But then here we have Joey Sly doing what hopefully we don't want to see him do again. But
don't let it happen again, son. You automatic from inside.
Or you're out of here. Well, man, thank you guys so much for spending some time with us today. We are excited to continue to break down things. We've got different types of videos coming your way. You'll have some film breakdowns. We'll go back to our traditional setting. We'll see us sitting in those old lawn chairs. And then you'll see us in this one too, breaking down reactions and live coverage. But remember to like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you guys. Have a good day, guys. Get out of here. Peace.
And have a good night.